last time on Crit Squad.
This well of power and life has had poison dumped into it. This will affect any of our magical abilities. You're climbing, Sacha's shooting, my disguises. I think OPEC is not the only one who will pay tonight.
So we should go right now.
Right now.
Baldy, you want to push the button?
Okay.
Explosions go off into the park. You can see a couple of the trees that you had hidden underneath come crashing down. Lights go up all around. Yeah. You hear all kinds of screaming out there in Estonian.
Does the spirit alter its course?
Doesn't even notice.
All right, let's go. Sacha breaks the comm device that he used to trigger the bomb. Tosses it in a bin. All right, Sacha finds the blind spot between the two security cameras and fires the grapple.
Roll grappling gun. Plus agility.
3 successes.
3 successes. You managed to get a good hook onto the very top of Tall Herman.
I suggest Baldy go first. She can climb the fastest.
All right, Doc, can I bum a ride?
Done.
All right.
1 hit.
1 hit's enough. You have a rope to climb up. It's a rough cobblestone, and you're strong enough. So yeah, you get your way up to the top there. You can see there's a viewing platform with a tall flagpole. There's no flag flying on it right now.
Okay.
And a staircase that leads down.
Okay.
And I'm right behind her. 2 hits.
All right, with 2 hits, you pull your way on up while everyone's distracted looking at the trees and the small fires that are kind of going on around there right now.
Sacha leans into Trencherman's ear from his shoulders. You're really fucking good at this.
Really?
You're starting to hear police sirens in the distance and see the lights starting to gather around the park.
All right.
As soon as I go over the top, I pull the line. And activate vampiric speed. Damn it.
As you guys come up there, you can see there's a couple of security cameras perched on the side, looking down. And the staircase that goes down leads to a door.
Yeah, Sacha shrugs and tries the door.
It grates open.
Fuck, all right.
Let's go.
Sacha leads.
As soon as you round the corner, you see a security guard there. He's got a pistol in his holster,
Quick draw gel rounds.
a cigarette in his hand.
8 hits. My limit's 7. So Sacha gets in the door, sees the security guard, shoots the cigarette out of his mouth, and gestures for him to get the fuck on the ground, with Trencherman glowering over his shoulders.
And as I step through the doors, my focus no longer works. My disguise drops, and my eyes turn to burning coals.
4 successes.
You got 4 successes. He got 0 on his composure test. So he very slowly kneels down into his puddle that he's making, lays his hands out, just face down. He's not looking. If he doesn't look at you, you're not real.
I'm going to hold up a finger too, like, wait. And I'm going to come in, and I'm going to kneel down next to this man so my face is right next to his. I'm say, you're going to lay here. You're going to lay here until dawn is high in the sky, coming through that door, where I'm going to know. And then I'm going to set the wide set of my teeth. So each one of those 3-inch fangs are just touching him all along the back of the head and neck. And I'm going to squeeze just a little. Do we have an understanding? Good. Good. Now be quiet. quiet, little man. You'll survive today. And I retract and walk down the stairs. Just motion them like, come on.
Baldy's hands are in her mouth, and she slowly looks at Sacha, and then takes the gun from the guard and follows Trencherman down the stairs.
On his way past, Sacha strips him of all supplementary weapons, keycards, comlinks, everything he's got on him that isn't his pants and his shirt, basically, and follows Baldy and Trencherman down the hall.
All right. As you continue down the spiraling staircase, you do know there will be security cameras up ahead, just because they're going to be everywhere.
Now remember, everything we do that's very visual to the outside or noisy could bring that storm of police in here.
Sacha makes a sound. There's gonna be cameras as soon as we round this fucking corner. Question for you, both. Do we get seen and hurry the fuck up? Or do we drop smoke and make this a whole thing?
We still have that spray paint, right? Dr. Trencherman, if you give me your can, I can sneak in there and spray the cameras, and then we can just move past them.
Excellent thinking.
Baldy, you still got your shadow suit, right?
Yes, I always
You're
wear it.
Wearing it? Okay. Sasha is going to use corporate security to tell Baldy where the cameras are likely to be and how best to avoid them. 2 successes.
So you're going to get 2 bonus dice on your stealth roll.
So Baldy takes the can of paint and takes off her outer layer of clothing. She has her shadow suit on underneath, and she snaps her fingers, and it turns on.
Sasha reaches out and grabs where Baldy's arm would be. Be careful, please.
I will.
All right.
Keep an eye out for me.
We're behind you.
Baldy takes a breath and stealths towards the cameras.
So you go through and you spray paint all the cameras successfully. You don't notice any other guards as you're going in this immediate area. Looks like the next stopping place is a large old wooden door. Guesstimating, I guess you're about ground level, so this could be the door to the cellar.
As Sasha follows to catch up to Baldy, he wires the guard's comm into his earpiece so that he can listen to any chatter. All right.
Well done.
Here we go.
Let's move quick.
We open the door. We go.
Sasha takes a support position, ready to fire on any threats immediately inside the door as Baldy opens it.
Baldy reaches out and yanks open the door.
Door yanks open, and there's yet another spiraling staircase going down deeper.
Shit.
Quickly.
All right.
Through, close the door behind us.
As you're approaching, you would assume there are security cameras, but you actually don't see any down here. And as you're going through, you still have your ruthenium coating up. Mm-hmm. And just as you're about to round the corner, you do see 2 heavily armed guards in front of an archway.
I make a motion for everyone to stop behind me.
These guys are carrying SMGs, full body armor, helmet. They look like SWAT guys. They have the Shiawase logo on their chest.
We want to do this as quietly as we can.
Sasha, very quietly, because they're around the corner. As soon as Baldy stops us, Sasha gives her a look.
Baldy points down the hallway, and then she mimes like a machine gun and holds up 2 fingers and then points back down the hallway.
Sasha mouths, "Fuck."
Trenchman holds up a finger, holds his hands as if, like miming casting a spell, and then plugs his ears and puts his hands to the walls.
Sasha points at him. Yes, yes. Turns to Baldy, mimes, "Big boom."
Trenchman holds up a thumbs up.
Sasha counts down. 1, 2, go.
Baldy throws the explosive.
3 hits.
It's a surreal thing to see. The grenade go, these guys stop and react, and it explodes in complete silence. So you guys see these guys just get flung to opposite sides of the hallway, and they get up and shake it off, looking around like, what's going on?
I'm just gonna turn to them quickly. Run inside the barrier before you do it. And then I flash around the corner, just streaking through into the silence.
So you charge up to this guy and you ram some of your horns into him and some of the bony spurs on your knuckles. And it's not quite enough to pierce through his armor, but it is enough to knock him out. You knock the wind out of him and he just kind of collapses, faintly groaning.
As Trencherman breaks left to impale that guy, Sasha runs past Baldy, and he's going to aim for the gap between the helmet and the chest piece and fire a gel round into this guy's neck.
All right, go ahead and make that roll at -4.
3 successes.
You manage to hit him right in the Adam's apple, and he kind of like chokes. And Baldy's turn, you see this guy about to pick up and fire, but you're first in initiative.
Baldy is going to throw a shuriken at his hand that's reaching for the gun.
You want to try and disarm him with it?
Yes.
Disfinger him?
Disfinger him.
That's going to be at -8, but if you hit him at all, he has to drop the weapon.
2 hits.
2 hits is enough. You see the shuriken just sticks into the back of his hand, and you can't hear from the distance here, but he's probably yelling, judging by his body posture, as he finally drops.
Does it both down?
Yes.
As soon as this guy dropped, like, Sacha sees the shuriken whip past him and knock the gun out. He turns back, gives a thumbs up with an eyebrow raise, and immediately field strips the guy on the ground in front of him. As quick as possible, disassembling all of his weapons, keeping the magazines, leaving him completely defenseless.
Trencherman holds up a hand, and the barrier goes down. Do we want these men waking up? Their Shiwase black site guards.
Their guy's doing a job. I'm not going to stop you, but I've killed enough people. I prefer to keep that number as low as I can.
Yeah, same. If we can tie them up or something, I would prefer that.
We can use the rope we came in on.
Okay.
Stripping off their armor. I'll do it to the other guy.
Yeah, you guys strip them down. You see they've got their SMGs, 2 thermal smoke grenades, 2 regular smoke grenades, their comlink, grapple gun of each of their own.
I'm going to observe the SMG real quick just to see if it's got any, like, fingerprint scanner or if this is just a standard gun and it's going to work.
Looks like it's just a standard gun.
I take one and spare clips.
It's an HK 227.
Sacha patches this guy's comm into his as well and listens on to all channels.
On the one from the outdoor security guard, not from these, you can hear some chatter going on. It seems more of a curious tone than anything frantic.
We gotta up the pace. Let's go.
Once you go through the archway past these guys,
Okay.
You do see to the left there looks to be a very old wine cellar. Everything's just covered in dust.
Okay.
All right, let's do it. Third from the top, third from the right, second from the top. Wasn't it third from the right, second from the top? Go fuck yourself.
Who's doing it?
Can I make an intelligence check to remember?
You can make a memory check.
3 hits on my memory check.
All right, 3 hits. You remember exactly which one.
It's this one.
Go through and count.
Here we go. Let's pull a cork. Trencherman approaches the wine racks. He takes the hand out of the paper bag and then puts it into his own hand, impaling the top of it on his dermal spikes. So he's got just an underlayer, and then he reaches up and grabs the bottle. And pulls.
Pulls it out about halfway before it finally stops. And at that point, you can feel it kind of lock into position as the whole wine rack slides to the left, revealing a large stainless steel elevator door. It opens in front of you.
Are there cameras inside?
Not that are immediately visible.
Is there a hand scanner inside this?
No, there is a key card slider. No other buttons.
All right. You guys ready for this?
I guess so.
All right. Sacha is going through he's stripping the guards, and he has armor. He says, Baldy, and holds up pieces of the armor. It'll protect you.
Okay, I mean, I guess once we get down there, we won't really need to sneak around much. Okay.
It's
Doesn't hurt to have in your back pocket.
Thank you.
She takes it and puts it on,
All right.
as awkwardly as it fits.
Sacha helps her put on, strap on the back pieces and stuff like that.
It adjusts pretty easily to fit her size.
I rebag the hand.
When Sacha was taking the armor off of the one guard for Baldy, I checked for biomonitors anywhere.
Yeah, they do have biomonitors hooked up.
Okay.
Oh.
They're gonna know we're coming. Or they're gonna know something's happening.
Well, we've made it this far, so...
Only way out is through. I have whole, whatever happens shit going through my head, but I can't land on sentences, so just don't fucking die, either of you, all right? Just be careful.
You too.
I'll do what I can. Sacha tries the key card from the upstairs guard. Shit.
What's the floor made out of?
Aluminum, reinforced with probably steel.
All I have to do is get some panels up.
Sacha glances at Trencherman and removes a thermite charge from his pack.
Hold on to it. I'm just going to see how hardy these floor panels are. I just want to see if I can give one a good old rip up.
All right, go ahead and roll strength.
2 hits.
All right, with 2 hits, you can pry up one of the corners a little bit, but not quite enough to be able to lift up a full panel.
Need some leverage.
Do you want me to try?
Be my guest, and I'll just assist you. I'll give you 6 extra dice to that to assist you as you lift.
Okay. 4 hits.
All right, 4 hits, and Trenchman's help, you're able to pry up the 4 big squares that make up the floor of this, and you can see there's some steel ribbing underneath it, but you can see down the elevator shaft. It looks like it goes down about 30 foot.
Can we squeeze through the size that we have?
With the proper agility check, yes.
Sacha puts on his gecko grip gloves, activates them, and begins to shimmy through the hole. He says, if you guys can't get through, he gestures with his torch, I'll make a bigger hole.
Okay.
I'm not feeling my best in this place.
Yeah, no, I feel like I'm stuffed full of cotton balls that are crying. I don't know how to explain it.
So I believe everyone's going to be rolling gymnastics to kind of contort and squeeze through there is the closest I can find.
What about me, because I'm smaller?
You're going to get +4 dice on that.
Okay.
Can I open the ribbing a little bit?
You can certainly try.
Baldy taught me some gymnastics.
6 hits, Austin.
I also got 6 hits.
Holy shit!
You manage to squeeze through. You kind of Spider-Man your way around a little clumsily, but you've got the gecko grip to the shaft walls now. You start to work down. Baldy, you're a little bit more graceful, slipping through there.
Okay.
And then Trencherman just kind of reaches in and just bends the steel open enough that he can slide down a little bit more easily.
Sacha massages the power on his gecko grip gloves to just sort of slide down the wall until just above the level of the bottom door.
All right.
And Baldy grabs some of the cables hanging down underneath the elevator and uses those to help her climb down.
Force 1 levitate to gently float down.
Everyone makes their way down. When you're standing on the very floor, the door itself is actually about 2 foot up. And it's just another stainless steel elevator door.
I'll hang out here because I'm above the level of the door. If you guys want to pry it open, I'll pop anyone that comes through. Just be sure to stay out of sight.
Baldy, do you want to try and prise open the door?
Sure, I can try that. 6 hits.
Baldy just hulks out, prying open these elevator doors. She's got the doors open about 6 inches right now. She can continue to push it the rest of the way. But on the other side, already in position, are 2 matching SWAT uniforms, Shiwase logo with Ares Alpha assault rifles.
Sacha dives off of his perch and knocks Baldy out of the way.
You knock Baldy out of the way, and the doors close shut again right as these guys start to fire. But the bullets just hit the door. You're behind full cover again.
Hey, Doc, you got your toy gun on you?
Baldy gets to the side of the doors and pulls the right door open.
Baldy pries it back.
Baldy pulls one side of the door when Trencherman just flings out his hand. And it's like a flamethrower firing through the doorway.
All right, one of them manages to just dodge out of the way. The other takes a good chunk of the blast. You can see where you've melted some of the outside of his armor.
And then Trencherman will roll to the side and go flat next to the door in a position to nab anyone who tries to poke their nosy head in.
Sasha turns his head away from Trencherman's blast and changes from gel to standard rounds. And when the fire dissipates, he whips his head around and fires at the first guy he can see on the other side of the door.
And you pierce right through the glass visor, right through his eye, brains out the back. This guy drops.
Sacha exhales quickly and gets ready for whatever happens next.
Other guard's turn. It's gonna go and circle around here, trying to take a couple shots at Trencherman, slicing the pie. The Trencherman, you're gonna be rolling to resist 14 points of damage. But there's still the one guard left who just shot the shit out of Trencherman. Very well-centered shots on his chest.
Sacha slices his own pie and same shot.
He's still standing, but you manage to shoot him in the shoulder, and you can see a good amount of blood coming out. Guard's gonna go first. He's gonna take a couple shots here at Sacha. As this guy levels his gun, you see him pull the trigger just as fast as Trencherman dives in front of you, Sacha. Trencherman just gets riddled with bullets and drops in front of you. You've never seen him bleed so much.
And Sacha says, "What the fuck?" and pulls the trigger twice, aiming at the same guard.
Between those hits, that's finally enough to drop this guy as you pin him in each shoulder.
Sacha drops to one knee and, Doc, yo, you with us?
And just a big bubble of innards kinda come out.
God. All right. Can you move? Can you move?
Give me a minute. Keep looking at it. As a bullet drops out, spit out a huge goblet of what should have been on the innies.
Oh.
I might not be able to do as much.
Right.
But I can do this. Keep going.
On the same page, Sacha signals to move forward, and he leads, covering one side, assuming Baldy knows how to follow that.
Baldy holds the door open so Trencherman can get up into the room, and then she follows.
Immediately searching for security cameras, other personnel, anything, scanning the room.
Inside of a minute, I will be back to full health.
All right, so as you enter this little area, it's about 30 foot across, 10 foot deep, mostly just a stationing position for these two guards to sit and eye check everyone who comes through, as well as two security cameras pointing opposite angles. Opposite the elevator is another door.
As soon as Sacha sees the two security cameras, he pops them both. Just making the same point he made at Paco's.
Baldy, if you see 4 or more grouped, I would use that explosive.
We only have 2 left, but I'll make them count.
All right. Oh,
And just
boy.
the wounds close.
All right. I hate to ask you to do this, Doc. You get the door?
Yes, you open the next door. Opens up into what looks like a long hallway of quarantine showers, with another door on the other side and a couple of biohazard suits hanging on racks.
Oh, they're doing some shit down here.
I'm getting some deja vu
Yeah.
down here.
So am I.
You feeling a little nauseous. You all right? You doing good?
Experimentation. I need you. And Trencherman, just legs moving of his own volition, just starts storming down the halls, gouging a section out of the wall. Their doors.
This is just 20 foot down, showers, biohazard suits hanging at the end, and another door opposite.
Oh yeah, one claw. I mean, he's losing his shit just a little bit, and he's going to rip one side open, doing the same maneuver Baldy did.
You open up this door, leads into a very hospital-like hallway, going to the left and to the right. There's actually a sign directly in front of you in both Estonian and Japanese, which I think, Baldy, you speak Japanese?
Yes. Okay, it looks like the one on the left is the labs, the dorms, and the cafeteria, and the one on the right is the secure storage area.
I'm getting a feeling. I'm getting a feeling that left.
The left pathway is open. There's another door to your left side looking down there that says security room. And if you look to your right, there's a janitorial closet and then a closed door with 2 cameras looking back at you and a keypad.
Sacha clocks 2 cameras at the far end of the left hallway and immediately blows them both out.
Shoot out both of these security cameras, and almost immediately you feel something different in the light, like it just flickered really quick. Trencherman, you feel UV light radiating down onto you.
It's UV light. I step back, skitter back. I know what's coming. They're used to dealing with HMHVV positive patients, John.
Shit.
Where's it emanating from?
I mean, you can feel it from all of the ceiling lights up here.
All of the ceiling lights.
I got you.
Shooting them all out, plunging this section of the hallway into darkness.
Baldy's gonna go on up to that security door and try the handle.
It's locked.
Sacha moves into a protective position behind Baldy.
Is it a solid door or is there glass on the front?
Solid door.
Baldy's just gonna break it down. 4 hits.
Yeah, with 4 hits, you manage to yank the door open, just breaking the doorknob section, the little jam, clean off. And on the other side there, you see 2 of these guys kneeling down, ready to go with their assault rifles. Let's go ahead and roll a surprise.
Rolled 2 dice, got 2 hits.
8 successes.
And I got 3.
Cool. So I think Trencherman, you got 2 hits. So you're the only one caught off guard because of all these the background aura and the UV that you're out of that. Now you're not taking that -4 penalty on top of your aura, but it threw you off enough. All right, it's the guard's turn. So they're first gonna go after Baldy because she's directly in front of them and ripped the door off, and she's a terrifying orc.
Baldy had smashed in the door and then twisted to try and get out of the way of the gunfire, but still got caught by some of the bullets. So she's bleeding a lot, and she fell to a knee, but she forces herself to stand up, and out of just reactionary anger, she throws the remainder of the door handle at the guard that shot her.
Ah!
And as Baldy throws this piece of the door and it hits him, she just kind of yells, "Ow!"
And then the gunner for Sacha.
4.
They got 4 net hits on that, so you're rolling to resist 15 points of damage.
I got 5 successes. Sasha's suit absorbs some of the damage from this attack, but it's not nearly enough to soak it all up, and he takes some damage, but his bio monitor triggers and fires off a med kit into him. And Sasha's bleeding through. Some of these are bound to have been through and through, so he's bleeding through holes in his front and his back. Sasha takes a step forward with both of his pistols out and says, "You fucked up, and I'm gonna throat shot. Who just shot me?" 3 successes.
So your shot goes just wide and grazes along his neck, but doesn't do any damage. All right, Trencherman, you're up next.
4 hits. Trencherman sweeps in, grabs the guy, butts him with his head, and slams his head against the wall with his claws as his claws break through the faceplate. And I assume a bloody unconscious man falls. He then sweeps and leaps on top of the other guard. Can't attack him, but I certainly can put myself into melee combat to give him penalties. So he's going to leap onto the other guard, fangs bared, like teeth over his arm.
Next round up is that guard's turn, so he's gonna take that aggro and he's gonna turn around and unload at you. Wow, only got 4 hits. Okay, you're rolling to resist 15.
I resisted 9, so I take it into the armor.
This guy's still up.
Yeah.
Sacha grins at him and pulls the trigger twice. 2 net hits on that.
He's gonna take 2 more boxes of damage to that right to his bulletproof vest. But he's still up.
And as Sacha is doing this, he's basically like weaving back and forth across the doorway.
That's gonna take us to Baldy.
Okay, yeah, Baldy's going to turn towards this last guard, flick open her forearm snap blades, kind of hunch down like a runner getting ready to sprint, and she leaps at him with her blades out. 3 hits.
3 hits is just enough. So you've got these forearm snap blades that go down, and when they're extended, they look like long fangs of your snake tattoo. as you pierce him right through the gut and just pull out all of his insides, finishing him off.
I go and rip the mask off the other one to see if he's still alive or not.
He is, but he is unconscious.
Stripping all his gear off him. I need this one alive. Get the gear away from him. I need him alive.
Sasha helps. He takes, as Trencherman passes the gear back, he chucks it out
Pulling
into the hallway.
Belt off the other guy, whatever, and I'm going to tie this guy. First of all, we're going to find out where Opec is, and then I need him.
Doc, look at me, please. There is a person in there, in you. Don't lose him.
Baldy sinks into the swivel chair that's at the bank of screens in the security office and starts looking through the screens to see who is in what room in the building.
All right.
So we're not going in blind.
So flipping through these screens, you can see a couple shots of a laboratory. Looks like there's a lot, like it's a chemical lab. There's a lot of beakers and things going on, microphones, that sort of thing. You can see there's another quarantined lab, which has some tables laid out, and it looks like a stretcher in there. You don't see anyone in here at all.
Okay.
The cafeteria is likewise also empty. You can see inside a morgue autopsy kind of room, where you can see one dead ghoul laid out there, partially torn open. You can see inside of a cold storage room where it looks like they're just keeping all kinds of lab equipment they might want to pull out at any given moment. A number of testing rooms. Some of them are empty. Some have ghouls or vampires or Nosferatu in there, each doing something different. Some look like they're freezing, even to the point of having bits of frost from their nose and from their eyes, and just an assortment of experiments similar to that. And then a number of other cells as well. It looks like they're keeping about 2 infected to a cell, also including a Fulmerig. You see another Zunu Qua, Wendigo, a Harvester, but it's mostly ghouls and vampires.
Okay.
And there's one security camera that looks like it goes to another security area with 2 armed guards and Commander Opec.
Crit Squad is Lindsay Zana, Eric Snyder, Chris Henry, and Austin Rusk is our game master. 2 quick announcements for you before we go. Number 1, we are nearly 3/4 of the way to the Benjamin Gable Memorial Album. If you'd like to support the show, head to patreon.com/Crit Squad and see if you can find a level that makes sense for you. There you'll find extra artwork, announcements, bonus behind the scenes chat episodes, intro, outro, and ad-free episodes of the show for optimum bingeability. And if we hit our next patron goal, you would also become among the first to hear an original in-world album from Darla Hellscream, because that happened. If Patreon isn't your thing, though, don't sweat it. We love you anyway. There are plenty of other ways to support this show. We love making so much as well. Should you feel so inclined, just shout us out on Twitter. Come say hi on our Facebook page, both at Crit Squadcast, or airdrop thumb drives containing the full run of our show over the entire crowd at Gen Con. That would work, right? Secondly, so after this, there are only 3 episodes left in this arc, which is kind of blowing my mind here. We've been doing this show for 3 years now, and man, we have got one beast of a finale episode coming up that we cannot wait to play for you. Like, we only half jokingly considered just like fast forwarding to the end so that we could air the last episode, but then it wouldn't make sense because you wouldn't know what happened, so we decided to air them all anyway. Anyway, for release announcements on those episodes and hugs and a whole lot of love from us to you. Stay tuned to our Twitter, Facebook, or Instagram feeds at Crit Squad Cast, or check us out on critsquad.com, and we'll let you know when those episodes are ready to drop and when you can nab them in your podcatcher of choice. Whew, we are in the final stretch, friendos. I can't wait to see you at the finish line. See you next time.
Shortwave Radio. Enjoy yourself.